Please stand for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Hey Wasatch! I'm Ella Buchanan and I'm your Secretary Historian.
I'm Stella Heath and I'm your Summers Officer.
Counselors are not making schedule changes at this time. If you're struggling with the class, please come talk to your counselor. Again, counselors are not making changes right now.
Attention everybody interested in joining the LEGO robotics team. Our first meeting is in Mr. Doherty's room 221 on Tuesday. Everybody is invited to the first meeting even if you haven't turned in your application yet. See you there!
And now for the College of the Month video.
Earlier this year, there was a giant iceberg that was heading towards South Georgia Island and became a very big potential threat to that island and the biological life on it. Most people would be surprised to find that in the middle of Utah, I track icebergs in Antarctica.
Why is BYU in the middle of the desert involved in tracking icebergs? Because we do remote sensing. It's BYU students that do the actual tracking of the icebergs. They create a database of these icebergs that we provide to scientists to use them for a variety of research and navigation purposes.
So this is A68 right here, and it capped off. The big threat with A68A was that the trajectory it was following was headed right for South Georgia Island.
Now, this is a pretty large iceberg, over 100 miles long.
And A68A was bigger than South Georgia Island. And if it was on a straight collision course, it could destroy the underwater ecosystem there.
As the iceberg moves in too close, it will block access to their feeding area. Then the animals have to go around the iceberg to get to their feeding grounds. And that'll add hundreds of miles to their foraging trips, which could lead to a colony collapse.
Icebergs this big carry so much energy that when they crash into a landmass or they get stuck on the ocean floor, that's a really big deal. So we kept a pretty close watch on it, updating its location daily and as much as we could. We have some of the best resolution resources available, so we were able to monitor where it was going and how it was responding to the ocean currents.
Those blue lines show the tracks of the icebergs from our database.
And we finally saw that it was going to veer off, and it eventually started to break apart before it made contact with South Georgia Island. So we had 13 break-offs, which is a lot of berg babies, as I call them. And it became quite a handful to keep track of all these little pieces. And so that was a very exciting and interesting time.
We have one of the largest iceberg tracking databases of Antarctica, and the BYU students have been contributing to this by developing the processing techniques to make these images and to analyze them.
I go into work and I sit down on my desk and I'm looking at Antarctica. That's what I do for a couple hours every day. And my coworkers next to me are working on Greenland. We're contributing to a greater good. And that's a big part of what we do here at BYU, is we're involved in caring and monitoring how we affect the Earth and how that's affecting all of us.
On Halloween, October 31st, you are okay to wear costumes that day. Many of the staff will be as well. We're just asking you that you keep them appropriate, dress code appropriate, as well as otherwise. Please no weapons, masks, face paint, that kind of stuff. When it comes to the activity, which the SBOs are going to talk to you about in just a moment, then it's okay to add some face paint if you'd like. But it's okay for you to wear them on October 31st, and we're going to have a great time. See you.
Thanks for being here. Have a Thriller Thursday, Wasatch.